There is one thing we all have in common, something that connects each and every one of us. We will one day cease to exist. It is perhaps the greatest mystery that surrounds our existence. Since the dawn of human history, philosophers have grappled with this age-old fundamental question. Historically, it's also connected to another age-old question, one that was often answered through mythology or religion. That question is, how should we live a good life? The question of how we should live our lives is more relevant than ever in today's world. We live in an age where religion often falls short in providing satisfactory answers. People are more critical than ever before, and we often find ourselves left to navigate this question on our own. Add the occasional self-help book or guide in the mix, and we can get lost pretty quickly. What if I told you that ancient philosophy attempts to tackle this question by guiding us in the exact opposite direction, by teaching us how to die? Now, this might initially sound peculiar. After all, we all face mortality eventually, so why should we even bother to concern ourselves with it while we're still alive? The answer might be more complex than you think. Unlike many thinkers who treat philosophy as a mere intellectual pursuit, it was actually the modern French philosopher Pierre Hadot in his book Philosophy as a Way of Life that talked about philosophy as a path to personal transformation for the very first time. Hadot challenges the notion that philosophy is just about abstract ideas. Philosophy is indeed known for its complex jargon and many branches ranging from metaphysics to epistemology. For Hadot, however, it's also a powerful tool for personal transformation. It's not just about what you think, it's about how you live. Hadot found this ideal of philosophy as a way of life in ancient philosophy. Indeed, many ancient philosophical schools were more so about practical principles than they were about abstract ideas. Stoicism is probably the most popular example. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, suffered a horrific shipwreck during a voyage. Seeking solace and wisdom in Athens, Zeno visited a bookseller and encountered Xenophon's Memorabilia, a portrayal of Socrates that deeply resonated with him. Impressed by the wisdom attributed to Socrates, Zeno eagerly asked the bookseller where men like Socrates could be found. Crates of Thebes, the most renowned cynic of the time, happened to be passing by, and the bookseller pointed to him. This chance encounter marked the beginning of Zeno's exploration into practical philosophy, and also the birth of what we now today know as Stoicism. As you can tell from this example, Stoicism was quite literally born out of an experience, not a theory. Embracing philosophy as a way of life, according to Hadot, is a journey towards understanding and embracing mortality. However, before starting our philosophical adventure, we still face one question. Where do we begin to explore these ideas? With so many philosophers out there, we'll pick 3 from different ancient schools to get a well-rounded view. This way, we can understand the age-old question of how to live and face our mortality from various angles. We will start this video with Cicero the Skeptic. The philosopher Cicero was not the first, but certainly one of the most famous thinkers to say that philosophy amounts to contemplating and preparing for death. Early, in his speeches in Tusculum, he writes that the whole life of a philosopher is a meditation on death. This fits well with the widespread contemporary belief that philosophy is a secular or humanistic equivalent of the reflection on life questions that we also find in religion. Unlike the believer, the philosopher tries to find an answer to the great questions of life on his own strength, and without religious dogmatics or revelation, and to come to terms with his mortality. Furthermore, Cicero's perspective raises questions about the legacy of philosophical thought. If philosophy is intertwined with reflections on death, then the ideas and wisdom generated by philosophers become a testament to the human pursuit of understanding, endurance, and a lasting legacy beyond physical existence. Philosophy, according to Cicero, becomes a practical guide for living, equipping individuals with a profound toolkit for making informed decisions, understanding ethical dilemmas, and contributing meaningfully to the world. This contemplation on mortality shares thematic resonance with existentialist philosophy, where thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus grappled with the human condition, emphasizing individual responsibility and the creation of personal meaning in the face of an indifferent universe. While Cicero's perspective offers a compelling framework, it's essential to acknowledge potential challenges and critiques, ensuring a well-rounded understanding of the complexities inherent in philosophical discourse. Seneca the Stoic. Seneca says quite literally that death is happening to us right now. We are dying every minute. As you are killing time, ironically, time is also killing you. Knowing this changes your perspective on life. As he writes in one of his letters to Lucilius, "What man can you show me who places any value on his time? Who reckons the word of each day? Who understands that he is dying daily? For we are mistaken when we look forward to death. The major portion of death has already passed. Whatever years lie behind us are in death's hands. Therefore, Lucilius, do as you write me that you are doing. Hold every hour in your grasp. Lay hold of today's task, and you will not need to depend so much upon tomorrow's. While we are postponing, life speeds by." Seneca teaches us the importance of every second in front of us. Imagine every second in front of you as a treasure. Ignore it, and it's gone forever. That second, just as everything in the past, will be gone forever if we don't seize it to the fullest. Reflecting on the shortness of life can be something necessary. But reflecting on the shortness of life isn't a downer. It's a game changer. Seneca's philosophy teaches us to appreciate the seconds ticking away. It's not just about understanding death, it's about embracing life with open arms. Plato The Academic. In one of Plato's most famous dialogues, called Phaedo, the theme of learning how to die is intricately tied to Socratic philosophy, particularly the idea that philosophy is a preparation for death. The dialogue takes place on the day of Socrates' execution. Socrates, as usual, engages in discussions with his friends about the immortality of the soul and the nature of death. Socrates, our philosophical guide in this dialogue, believes that our souls are immortal and existed before we were born. It's like he's saying there's more to us than just our physical existence. So when he talks about death, he sees it as a soul leaving the body. Socrates thinks our obsession with everyday pleasures distracts us from gaining true wisdom. It's like trying to focus on a book with distracting background noise. Philosophers, according to Socrates, practice self-discipline and contemplation to clear away these distractions and better prepare for the inevitable separation of the soul from the body. Even when facing his own execution, Socrates stays calm. He sees death as a release from the limitations of the body, not something to fear. It's like he's telling us to approach the end of life with the same courage and composure, viewing it as a natural progression. Which philosophical viewpoint do you agree or disagree with? Please let us know in the comment section. That was all for today, folks. Thank you for watching, and if you liked this video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and we will see you in the next video. Take care.